Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen of the interwebs. This is knotwork, and we're doing a little more Feed the Beast. So, I have been doing a little bit of work around here, and the house is under construction. I've got the basic layout done, and I've been playing on here a little bit. I went into the nether, as you can see, and it is horrifying. I had a basic set of Tinker's construction tools and a jetpack, and that was no match for the fire bats. So I died, thus no levels, but this does give me a good chance to show you guys how to make the basic tools. So let's come on in, take a look around. So the first thing, we'll go in there in a minute. First thing that I always like to make sure I have is a jetpack. It's way too easy to fall from stuff in this game, so we don't want to deal with that. So let's make a couple of tin plates. Now this is a forge hammer. You need this pretty much for any of the industrial craft stuff to get started. It's pretty simple. You take iron in kind of a horseshoe shape and sticks, not the planks, but sticks in the middle, and it gives you a hammer. And you use that to make plates. Now, if you guys played previous versions of Feed the Beast, to make plates you needed rolling machines and all kinds of stuff. So, while you can still make those, this just makes it a little bit easier. So, we'll start with making some batteries. So let's pull up jetpack. We're doing the electric type. So jetpack. We need an advanced circuit. We need iron item casings, a bat box, and some glowstone. Now the glowstone was the original reason I went into the nether. So I got a bunch, got back, and then decided to go for a second trip. And that's when I lost everything. So, let's get started. Bat box. We need 3 batteries, some insulated tin cable, and 5 planks of any kind of wood. So, I already got some cable, as you can see. It's pretty easy. You make the plates. You make a cutter, which a cutter is iron ingot, iron plate, iron plate, iron plate. So, like most things in the shaped crafting, it should vaguely look like the thing you're making, and that's usually how you make it. So, each tin plate gives us 3 tin cables. We need 3 batteries, plus we need the insulated cable on top. So, that means we really only need to cut down 1 plate, since I already had the extra cable. So, we cut that down. Now, copper only gives you 2, so they're a little stingy on that. But copper seems to be a little easier to find than tin. So we've got that, and then this is rubber. This is simply you just smelt up some of the sticky resin that you get whenever you chop down a rubber tree, and it's 1 for 1. Now, there is something you can do with the rubber wood, but that's going to involve a machine, and we will get to that later. So, now we have our cable. What do we do with it? Well, nothing quite yet. We still need, let's see, 1 more piece of tin. We still need the casing for the battery. So you basically just hammer into a tin plate, and then hammer it again, and it turns into these casings. So, we will take those. Is that enough? Nowhere near. Okay. I always get my counts wrong. As you can, I've got 2. That's 10. Let's just make some more. You always need batteries. So this should definitely be enough. So, like that, and like that. Just enough. Okay. And then redstone in the center. and this guy on top. So now we have 3 batteries. We line them up in the center. Once again, it's shaped crafting. So a bat box is a row of batteries in a wooden case with a connection point on top. So it's a row of batteries in a wooden case with a connection point. So we got our bat box. Now on top of that, and I'll do it here so you can see in the layout, we need a advanced circuit. How do we get that? It's pretty simple. Advanced circuit is an electronic circuit surrounded by stuff. Electronic circuit is an iron plate with some copper cable and some redstone. So, copper cable, remember you only get 2 per, so we need 3 of them. Gives us 3 plates. 3 plates cut down. And this will be a lot easier once we get the machines that will automate this, but for now, it's a lot of clicking. So 6 of them all together. 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top. And you know what? This is one of the great things about this. You see how that threw it on the ground? In a normal Minecraft, it would throw it on the ground. This isn't a normal table. It's the exact mod, which takes the normal table and basically makes it a temporary storage. So that way you can kind of stop in the middle of what you're doing and not lose everything. So iron plate right to there. And some redstone gives us the basic. And then the basic with redstone on each corner. A little bit of lapis. And a little bit of glowstone gives us an advanced. So that sits on top. Now, what else do we need? We need some glowstone as kind of the exhaust ports, and then some iron item casing. How do we get the item casing? Once again, we go back to our hammer. So 2 pieces of iron with the hammer gives us 2 plates. Back to the hammer gives us 4 casings. So now that with that, we'll build us our jetpack. Pretty neat, huh? It's pretty easy to get as long as you are willing to brave the nether at least once. So, best thing to do, once you get enough tools to build your nether portal, get in, get some glowstone, and get out. Because, obviously, I didn't listen to my own advice, and that's why I am now toolless, armorless, and sad. So, how do we use the jetpack? You need 2 other things, a generator and a bat box. So we just saw how to build the bat box. Generator is really simple. You just pull it up in the thingy here. So, right here. So, it's another battery. Like I said, you always need batteries. Iron plates, iron furnace. An iron furnace is just a furnace with this little tent-shaped iron plate contraption. So, you build those, and then you just throw anything you can burn into here. So, wooden planks or logs, coal, anything like that. Ideally, you would want to use charcoal from a tree farm to power this, which then powers the tree farm, and we'll get to all that probably next episode, because I'm going to want to get my power set up pretty quick. But then you take it here, and just throw it in the top slot, and it just starts drawing power out. So, well, that's charging up. We are going to... sun's going down. Alright, so I'm going to let that charge up. We're going to take a quick break, and then I've got some work being done in here. So we're going to make some tools, but I want to do that with the sun up, just because I don't want any spiders or endermen popping around and being annoying. So I will see you guys in just a minute. Okay guys, we are back, And let's check how our cake is doing. Alright, so the jetpack is fueled. Now, if you see you have the armor slots here, you can just plop it in there, and then it's just on you. So now I can fly. Now there's two modes. There's hover mode, which is what I usually try and stay in, and standard mode. Standard mode is a lot of power, but you go up and down really quick. Hover mode is more like you're just gliding. So it's good for safety, but it's not really good for getting around. Now keep in mind, when you let go, if you're not in hover mode, you just drop. So just to show you, so you just drop. So you will take damage from that. So it's usually best to keep in hover mode unless you need to move somewhere really quick, and then remember to put it back into hover mode whenever you're done moving. So let's get up here. Now one bat box will fill up one of these guys off of a full charge. They last for a little while, but I usually tend to make it a habit to carry a generator with me at all times, because you can just put your fuel there and put your jetpack up top, and it'll just charge that way. So it's a good idea to take one of those with you so you don't get stranded somewhere without any juice. But for now, we're done with the jetpack. Now we are starting to make some tools. So first thing I need to make is a sword. So let's go back to our handy dandy little materials in U and see what kind of swords we can make. So there's the broadsword, which is the basic sword that Minecraft gives you when you make a sword. There's a long sword and a rapier, as well as a dagger. Now I made a dagger. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but you can actually throw it, which is kind of cool. So I might make one or two of them and just keep them on me as a offensive weapon to throw at people. There's the frying pan, which is funny. You just run around and smack people with the pan. And then the battle sign, which I got one of those from the slime that I killed. This is mostly for defense. Class lethal joke weapon. But you can block with it, kind of use it as a shield. But for now, I think I want to make a rapier. Why? Because I'm Matt Smith, and I feel like he would use a delicate looking tool. Eventually, we'll see if we can get an electric screwdriver. But for now, rapier it is. So, just to go back to that real quick, we need a sword blade, a tool rod, and a crossbar. So, sword blade, crossbar, and where's my tool rod? That's a tough rod. Tool rod. So I'm going to make this out of bronze. Why bronze? Why not? I had a bunch. It's a pretty durable item, or pretty durable material. It's not the be-all, end-all, of course, but it's good enough to get us started again. That, I think bronze looks kind of cool. So now we have our three parts. What do we do with them? We run them back over here. Remember this initial setup that we have? This is how you build your tools. We have a tool station and the tool forge. We'll get to the tool forge in a second. For right now, we only need the station. So you just right click on it, and then it gives you all your different patterns. Now, the more advanced things aren't here. They're going to be over in the forge. But the basic stuff is. So we click on the rapier, and it lays it out. So we say tool rod. Nope, tool rod. That and that. And then the cool thing is it lets you actually name it. So let's call this my first sword. None of that typed. Why didn't you type? There we go. My first sword. Sure. And pick it up. Makes a little noise. Now we have a sword. So this sword gives us the ability that instead of blocking, we do a hop back. It's good for a quick invasive. And then poke, 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 poke. Well, he holds it kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about that. It's like he's just using it like a cane. We'll see what it can do. Okay. So we have our sword. Don't need that one. Let's see what else we can make, shall we? Okay. So a couple of tools that you really want. One, of course, the pickaxe. We'll get to that in a sec. There's the hatchet, the shovel, but I don't... those things are a little slow. Let's get something that moves at a faster pace. So, let's make the hammer. So the hammer, we need a hammerhead, 2 large plates, and a tough rod. So, we will pull out tough rod, where are they? Large plate, and where is hammerhead? There we go. Now you see that says it costs 8, so that'll take 8 ingots out of our supply. Same with the plate cast, and then the rod cast takes 3. So that's 8, 16, 24, 27. So I need 27 ingots altogether to make this. It's expensive, but it's worth it. Plates don't remelt. Good to know. So you can see I've got 38 of bronze. So we've got plenty to make this. So let's put down the tough one. Inventory's already getting clogged up. Okay, so we'll make that guy, and we'll make one of them. Now I like having multiple drains on this. You can see I have 2 basins for making blocks and 2 tables. Eventually I'm going to ring this entire thing, but for now this will do. So we need 2 of these, so we won't pull that out, we'll just make another one. And we need the hammerhead. Click on that, and away we go. That one. I'll leave that there because we're going to need it for the next thing too. So let's put back these guys for now. And we've got stuff. So let's run over here. Now remember the tool forge? That's what we need this time. So the tool forge has the combination things. It still has the normal stuff, so I could always get rid of this one, but So we are doing the hammer. So it has a new layout. You see how it has 4 possible slots, whereas the other one only gives us 3. That's why you need this for the advanced ones. So we do that, 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 and that. And hammer. I'm not going to bother naming this one. Now the hammer is awesome. Remember how I said the pickaxe was a little slow? Let me show you what I mean. Don't worry, I've got plans for this big open space here. Let's go down here. So, pickaxe will do 1 block at a time. A hammer will do a 9 block area. So, you just hold down the center, and it breaks everything around it. Great for making tunnels, great for mass mining. So, like here, we got some copper. And boop. Doop. So we pick up those blocks, and you know what, I don't have any torches on me, so let's just fill this back in a bit. Let's do it all across here, just in case anything spawns. You can't get out. So, these are some oreberry bushes I found, which will set something special up for these. I got a pretty cool idea from one of Direwolf's videos for something I want to do. So, let's head back up here. Why are we climbing ladders like a chump? We can fly. All this space, by the way, power supply. Keep that in mind. So yeah, that's what the hammer does. How much do we have left? 11. Let's see. Next up on the list, we need broadhead axe. Well, we got enough to do one of those, and I believe I also need the heavy rod, which is another 3 for the lumber axe. Yeah, the tough rod and the tough binding. Okay, so we can do part and part, and that's one of the cool things about this is I can mix and match materials. So even if I'm out of something, I can still make it look pretty cool. That's that, and that. So 3 and 3. Let's do the plate. Nope, give me that back. And the binding. Out of that. And then I'm going to have to smelt down some more materials, so I'll be back with you guys in just a second. Okay guys, we got some iron going, some more coming, so let's get this guy wrapped up. So we got the axe head and the tool rod. There we go. And we can pull this one out because we're not going to need it anymore. Let's get another tool rod. And that one going again for the next project. So now, come back over here. And we pick the lumber axe. So we do that one with the backing of that. We do that. And this. Now, you saw how these have reinforced on them. There's different. Why? Huh? You may not be able to mix them like that. Okay. Wait until I get some more bronze. That's fine. It's fine. I didn't want to do that anyway. So let's make up some of that. Okay, so let's give this a go now. So, lumber axe, that. It's a real shame. I thought that would look pretty cool with the bronze backing. Oh, I forgot. This. Give me that. But what are you going to do? Oh, you had it with me. Okay. Lumber axe. Yeah. Now you want to see what this one can do? Kind of like the hammer will take out a large section of stone. What do you think the lumber axe does? See this tree? This tree would be a pain to chop down. Would take forever. But with the handy dandy lumber axe, you break the bottom and they all come down. It basically installs the Tricapitator mod without actually installing the Tricapitator mod. It'll clear any tree up to a height of 30. And it defines the height of the tree as the leaf level. So you can take out entire jungle trees with one of these guys. Just 2 or 3 swings, boom, done. Now you got to be careful. You can't use it around the house, because if I was to, say, try and knock out the bottom block here, it would knock out this entire thing. Great for clearing large areas, not so much for your delicate work. So, we've got a sword, we've got a hammer, we've got an axe. What do you think we're going to work on next? We got stone, we got wood. Let's do the excavator. The excavator is for dirt, gravel, and sand. All of these very necessary tools. So we need an excavator head, a large plate, a tough rod, and a tough binding. So we have the tough binding. We have the tough rod. Can't use these. Let's do large plate. How we doing on iron? Might need a little bit more in there. Yeah, because that's going to take another 8. No, don't throw it away. Let me get a little more iron in there. Man, that is a real shame that you can't mix the bronze like that. Maybe you can and I'm just being stupid about it. So what do we got left? Yeah, we're too short. So let's get this laid out. So the excavator works like the hammer in that it clears a 3x3 square area, but it does it for dirt, gravel, sand, soul sand, basically anything that is not a solid. So I haven't tried it on slime yet. I might run up there and see now that I can just whoop, and up I go. So we'll take a look. What do you guys think of the layout of the house, by the way? It's not done yet. This is just the basic. This is my little observation area. Everything still needs to be roofed, of course. But I want to build some wings coming off the sides. I'm going for kind of a Tuscan village or a villa look. So big, expansive. I'll probably have some domed windows up top with some peaked roofs. So I think it'll look kind of cool. So just need to figure out what block to use for the roof. I would love some acacia wood, that nice red roofing, or lacking that. I know we have Biomes of Plenty installed. See if they have any of the what was it, like red clay that you can actually make tiles out of. Do like a true terracotta roof. That might look kind of cool. So where are we at? We're almost there. See, my rambling distracted you from the fact that I was not prepared. So 6. I already got that, so we can put that back. Always remember to put back your tools. That's what my dad always said. So now I saw NiCad did a pretty cool automation for one of these things that he's using it just to smelt everything he's got. And it's cool. I might rig something like that up, but not for the whole thing. Maybe just in the back here, the area that no one sees. I might try and do just one here and one here with the automation portion here. Set it so I can flip a lever and just turn it on to get all my stuff out. So we'll see. I'll probably do that in between episodes because Feed the Beast takes a lot of time to get stuff done. And y'all don't want to watch me make it all on camera. So, excavator. Let's go swing this thing around. So you got to be kind of careful with these when you're digging, just like with the others, because it will do big area. Now, if I was to hit here, see how it leaves on top? So you kind of got to make sure you angle yourself right when you're doing it. But go away, slime. You know what? Time to test out the sword. Poke, poke. It's not very damaging, but I know there are things we can do to it to make it a little bit stronger. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. So, we might look into that a little bit. But for now, I think we're done for the day. I think we did enough. So, I'm going to fly back, take a nap, and figure out how we want to do our power setup for the next episode. Get some basic machinery going. I'm thinking IC2 to start. Just since I already did the jetpack, I may as well continue. But, well, I'll see how I feel. So, for now, I'm Nord Knotwork. This is the Nebulous Feed the Beast server. I will catch you guys next time.